Hello, my name is Faisal Khan. Today we are going to talk about special MTO agent status and commissions between the Turkey and Somalia corridor. So let me explain what this means. What you will learn in this presentation is you will learn about the ease of becoming an alternative to Dubai, UAE. A lot of people have their presence in UAE, particularly in Dubai, and are finding it harder and harder to do correspondent banking, finding it harder to find accounts, finding it harder to become an agent status, and then also do delivery into Africa or take payments from Africa. You will establish a physical presence on how to become an RA, a registered agent for a licensed money transfer company here in Turkey, and establish a correspondent network for being able to correspondent money transfer using Turkey as a hub. So let's just go over this. So there are three scenarios here: origination from Europe, payout into Turkey; origination from Somalia in particular or Africa and payout into Turkey; and origination from Turkey and payout either in Somalia or generally in Africa. For the purpose of this presentation, the assumption we are going to make is everything is going to be in US dollars just to make some things easy. There is also going to be an assumption that 100% transparency in the rates being charged. If a discrepancy is spotted, that needless to say, the relationship goes sour and agency affected, if not even cancelled. The other thing we have to look over here is agree to a minimum guarantee of transactions, and prior correspondent tie-up agreements have to be in place. And we will explain all these 3 points as we go along. So let's look at scenario one. In this, the origination is Europe and the payout happens to be Turkey. We will assume that $100 is being sent from London to Istanbul and $2 commission was charged to send this money. The commission will be split as follows. In the origination branch where this transaction occurred, they will give 35% or 70 cents of $2. The franchise owner of that will also get 35% or 70 cents. They could both be the same entity or both could be two different entities. It depends. And on the payout partner side in Turkey, the Turkish bank and the MTO get 30% of the transaction or 60 cents. And the 60 cents is divided equally amongst the franchise owner, which is here the Turkish bank MTO, which is 30 cents, and the agent, which gets 30 cents. The payout in Turkey can be Turkish lira or US dollars. So let's look at scenario number two. Here the origination is Somalia and the payout happens to be in Turkey. It's the same example. $100 is being sent from Mogadishu to Istanbul and $2 was charged as commission. When we talked about transparency, this is what we are trying to say. The franchise owner in Turkey has to know that $2 was charged and hence the split. If $10 was charged and only $2 was shown, then this is obviously ill faith and eventually the relationship will go sour and be terminated. So taking $2 as an example, same thing, 35 cents, 35% with the branch, which is 70 cents, 35% to the franchise owner, which is 70 cents. And in Turkey, it's 30% of the transaction, which is 60 cents, and that is broken equally, 30 cents and 30 cents with the franchise owner and the agent. As always, the payment can be given in Turkish lira or US dollar. We will look at, we can substitute Somalia with the general continent Africa in scenario two and assume the same thing. A transaction could be sent from one of the countries in Africa to Istanbul, Turkey. And the breakdown is the very same that we had shown for Somalia. The only condition here is that this African country, the MTO in this African country, must be a correspondent of the Turkish bank and the MTO that we have here in Istanbul. Because there's no way a Turkish bank can suddenly receive money from someone else, especially the MTO can receive money with someone else from Africa without having a correspondent tie-up. So this was the only scenario that you need to be aware of. But we can do this for any country, Nigeria, Kenya, Tanzania, etc. Which brings us to our last slide, which is scenario three. Here, the origination is Turkey and the payout could either be in Africa or Europe. Again, the MTO in Africa or Europe must be a correspondent partner of the bank and MTO in Turkey. So same example, $100 is being sent from Istanbul to either Africa or Europe. $2 is the commission being charged. Here, the origination branch, which is obviously the Turkish bank MTO's agent, i.e. you would get 35%, i.e. 70 cents. Here the franchise owner is the Turkish bank again. They would get 35 cents or 70 cents, and the payout partner in Africa or Europe would get 30% and 60 cents. And how they divvy up the number is up to them. It's not up to you. But as a branch owner, as a specialized agent, you'll get 35% or 70 cents of the transaction, and the franchise owner over here will take 70 cents. So this is the basic scenario. Like I said, origination from Europe, payout in Turkey. Origination in Somalia, payout in Turkey. Origination in Africa, payout in Turkey. And obviously origination in Turkey and payout in Africa and Europe, which includes Somalia. So if you are interested in becoming a special MTO status, in getting your unique commission structure set up in Turkey for purposes of Somalia or other countries, and you are a licensed money transfer operator anywhere else in the world, or you would like to become a licensed money transfer agent status in Turkey, please get in touch with us. There's a contact form in the description below. Fill it out, get in touch with us. There's also a business WhatsApp number in the description below. You can use that as well. Till next time, this is Faisal Khan signing off.